if you're seeing this video, 2023 is over. It's wild to be saying that. I'm sitting here in January recording this portion of the video because I have decided this year to make a emotion blanket instead of a temperature blanket. I was going to do a temperature blanket and then, you know, climate change. So I thought it might be just like depressing to make a temperature blanket this year. So instead I was like, well, I don't know, an emotion blanket could be cool. Track my mood throughout the year, track like all the big things that happen and all the little things that happen. And so this is the beginning of that. And I'm going to update this video every month until the end of the year, and it'll be out probably next January, like maybe the first week of January of 2024, which is fun. But yeah, playing around with some long-term content. So let's get into it. This is month 1. This is January. This is the beginning, and this is the end. For the last one, I did a half double crochet, so it's a little thicker. That way, at the end, I'll be able to see where each month breaks, and that'll be helpful. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Highlights this month, this stripe of orange. That was my only angry day this month. I'm hoping to not have like a ton of those this year. That would suck. But that day was the day my insurance up my therapy briefly. It's back to normal now, but I was really upset about it. It's got lots of yellow. Yellow are happy days. This little like pastel yellow color. I don't even know if you can see it right there next to the purple. That is like excited. So I did like cool stuff those days. White is fine. So the majority of the blanket probably will be white. The brown days are stressed. I don't even remember why. I'm sure I could look it up and see. But I also, in addition to the blanket, I have these note cards that I'm keeping. And so every day is like the day, the main emotion, and everything that happened that day. So I can go back and remember like, oh yeah, that's why I was stressed. So yeah, this is she. There's a productive day right there. These pretty like pale purple days are tired. That was when I had to get up for early. That was when I had to get up for work really early 2 days in a row, and I was just like exhausted those whole days. But yeah, I was about to add on, because today's February 2nd, I was about to add on my February 1st stripe. But yeah, this is it so far. Not much of a blanket, maybe a scarf. But it's the size of my bed. I have a full mattress, so I just like measured my mattress and cast on that length. Yeah, I can do like a process vid if you want me to talk about like how I made it, because I mean by the time this comes out I'll probably be making another one. I haven't really decided what to do for next year yet, but I've been like brainstorming as I'm working on this one. So yeah, committed to these colors. This is probably what most of it will look like, but I will see you in, well, at the end of February or at the beginning of March. I don't know. We'll see. It's February. I'm here with the February update of the blanket. So, as you can see, we have made quite a bit of progress, almost doubling in the size. This, where is it? This is the last day of January, this yellow stripe here, this big one. Everything after that is February. So for the end of the month, I think I said this last time, but I do a thicker stripe, so this is February 28th. I had to add 2 more colors to my key, so here it is now. As you can see, I've added Overly Emotional, which is this pink one, and I have also added Confident, which is this like pretty indigo color. So as you can see yesterday, very very overly emotional. Specifically it's for those days when like, you know, one little thing goes wrong and you cry, like that kind of thing where you're kind of crying over nothing. That's what that's for. So yeah, let's break it down. Lots of yellow this month, actually. Just as much yellow as there is white, I think. A couple of excited days, 2 angry days. I don't remember what those are about. The Confident stripe is right here. It's this one, and that is the day I did my Raven photo shoot. So very fun. There's 1 stressed day, which is not bad. I'll take that. In a month, one day where I'm stressed out. Okay, cool. Quite a few productive days, and again, it's like hard to tell because it's a gradient yarn. So this like bluish purple one is productive. There's one that's like yellow to orange, that kind of stuff. This one 2 days ago, and then the day before yesterday was a tired day. Like one of those days where like I was so tired my eyes just hurt like the whole day. Yes, here's the update. That's it. It's like thicker than a scarf now. It's like, I don't know, this is really cool. I've never crocheted a blanket like this before. I made one out of like chunky yarn and it took me 2 days. But this one, like I could do it a lot faster if I was doing more than 1 row per day, but it just, you know, it's really satisfying to watch it like grow over time. And I'm also becoming kind of concerned because like right now it still rolls up on the yarn that I'm using. It's still like small enough. Anyway, I'm like worried about how long it's getting because I don't know what I'm gonna do when it gets longer than this, like how I'm gonna roll it up every day. But yeah, that's the progress so far. I will see you at the end of this month. Bye. Hello. We are back with the March update of the blanket. Today is April 1st. I'm like exhausted for no reason, so I don't know why. But anywho, we are here to talk about her. She's so long now. Look at, it's hard even getting all of it in frame. So there's the end, and here is my current working area. This last white row is yesterday's. So March was everything from this pink stripe up. Yeah, so that's what we're working with. Let's address the elephant in the room. I had my first panic attack of the year. That is this black stripe. It was allergy related. It was, there was some cross-contamination that was happening in the house, and I was really, like, worried about it. And I just had a panic attack. So that was that. The day before that was a stressful one for, like, the same reason. But the next day was when it kind of bubbled over for me. Lots of happy days. 2 stressful days this month. And also this, it's kind of hard to see it, this gold stripe near the end there, right there. That one is my first 6 stripe of the year, so I didn't have like a cold or anything like that, which is what I got the yarn for originally, but I did puke. So that was not fun, would not recommend. It was actually the morning of the day after drunk reading session number 1, which I will link to. It's up, I would assume. I'm still editing it right now, but it's, I mean, this is going to be posted in January of next year, so I would assume that that video is up. And has been for like months. But you can still go check it out, I guess. Yeah, a lot of tired days this month, too, I'm just realizing. There's like 3 whole days that were tired. These purple stripes in there. There's 3 of those. Boop, boop, boop. Couple productive days. Like a lot of excited days, actually. These 2 in there, that was a Comic-Con that I was vending at that went very, very well. I was there selling books and I sold like 50 copies, which is way above my typical. It was like 55 or something like that. I usually sell like 20-ish books at events, so that was fantastic. It was really fun. And then a couple happy days in a row, a couple more happy days, fine days in the middle there. So overall, like a good month. But I did have my first panic attack. So, you know, that's like kind of the reason I'm even doing this blanket, is so I can see how frequently they're happening. And part of why I'm keeping the note cards, so I can see why they're happening, you know, and just really like keeping track of them, because they were something I didn't used to keep track of, and that's like important to me now. So yeah, but I would say, you know, almost 3 months without a panic attack, that's pretty good. I'll take it, you know? And it was rough, especially the day of, like when, you know, when you're in fight or flight like that, it really just like kind of takes a lot out of you. And so that day, oh yeah, that's the other thing. That day was the day I finally broke my no Red Bull rule. And I've had one more since then. So, like, I don't love that. I don't like being back into that habit of drinking Red Bull, but I'm trying to keep track of that too. So, like, on my calendar, I'm making a note of the days that I drink it just so I can make sure it's not a lot, you know? Like, I'm trying to limit it to the days that I am actually legitimately exhausted. Like, today I might drink one just because, like, I'm so tired my eyes hurt, and it's, like, distracting me. But yeah, that's just, I don't know. That's been my month. I'm like so close to finishing the book I'm writing that it hurts. Like I can taste the end. I have like 3 chapters left to truck through. So it could be a few days from now if I really get my shit together. And I'm sure you'll see that in the April update because when I finish that book it's going to be a silver stripe because that is a milestone. So yeah, I will see you in April. Well, it is April. I'll see you at the end of April. Bye-bye. It occurs to me now that this lighting may not be great for the blanket stripes. Anyway, it's the end of April. I just did my last stripe of the month. It's not nighttime, I'm just in my editing cave. I'm editing the Zombies 3 reaction. Link up in the corner. This one is the last stripe of March, this white one right here. And so everything after that is April. As you can see, lots of yellow, like pretty generally happy month. These purplish stripes next to the white one, those are tired. Kind of quite a few tired days this month. Don't know why, really. Yeah, I'm not really sure. A couple excited days, lots of fine days. We have, of course, one shiny, sparkly silver stripe in there, which can only mean one thing. I hit a milestone. I finished writing On a Sweet Summer's Day, which is my work in progress murder mystery. If there's more information by now, I will link it up here as well, or in the description if I've run out of slots. You only get 5 up there, just as a pro tip. So yeah, editing the Zombies 3 reaction right now. As you can see at the top, we have a couple of brown stripes in a row. So we have, you know, this one as well. This was just like a busy day at work. I got a new job this month that is also in there. That's kind of why I have some excited stripes in there. And I honestly don't even think I can talk about it. Maybe next month I'll be able to fill you in on what happened. You know, all of the pieces haven't really settled yet, but something happened to me at work, and it has been stressing me out for the last 2 days. So I will let you put those pieces together, just because, you know, I haven't, like, fully handled the situation yet, so I don't know if I can even talk about it. So yeah, that is how my month ended. It is May 1st. We're gonna hope that May is a better month. I've got some exciting things like cooking up, going to a Comic-Con, stuff like that, so we'll see how that goes. You'll know before I do. Yeah, kind of a, you know, stressful end of the month, but good otherwise. Pretty good otherwise, I would say. So yeah, there's the wrap up. See ya in May. Hello. It is the end of May. My skin is starting a revolution. I don't know why. My chin is very red right now. Very fun. It is earlier than I typically record, but yeah, that's fine. It's what? 10:49. So, yes. Today is actually June 2nd, and this is before I'm doing my June 1st stripe. But yeah, I got my May stuff done. It's very easy to tell where the last month ended because it's this big giant brown stripe. I think I might edit this out. I don't know. I think I can tell you the stressful thing that happened at work. Basically, one of my coworkers harassed me. And it was horrible. And like literally one of the worst things that has happened to me at work. Yeah. And so, you know, while that was getting handled, I was stressed out of my mind for a good 3 or 4 days in there, which is why it's all brown for that big chunk. And then I've got a couple purple stripes in here. I'm assuming this has to do with the stress of this. You know, I was just like emotionally just wiped out. Yeah, and then we've got this big bright yellow stripe that is Motor City Comic Con, video above. Yeah, I went with my friends. Movie Turtle was there, Phil with 1L was there. I've already done a video about it, but, you know, this is coming out in January of 2024. So it was a while ago, but it's there if you want to go watch it. It was a lot of fun. I met Will Poulter. He was very handsome. He was very nice. I had one angry stripe, this little orange guy, and that was right before Comic-Con. That was also the day I filmed that Ghostface video, because that was the day I realized I had misplaced my sewing machine pedal, and it just felt like everything was going wrong that day. And that's also why this one is brown, because con crunch, you know, getting everything ready. And then since then, it's just been nice. Happy stripes, a couple fine stripes, one excited stripe, and then this is all, that one's a productive stripe. That one there. I switched filming angles for this part because the little like desk tripod thing that I use, it's been a little wobbly lately, and I really don't want to put my only camera on it. So yeah, so I'm not using that right now. I'm gonna try to find another one, or I could just put this camera at that angle. I don't know, we'll see. But I like this backdrop. This is nice. That's the key to Erebor right there. I got that at Motor City Comic Con. And that little star, can I point to it? Yeah, right there, that little star hanging on my license plate was given to me by a very friendly teenager at the Comic Con I did in March. And they came up to me and they were like, this goes with your outfit. And I was like, oh my god, and they gave it to me, and I'm still crying about it. Like, that, it was genuinely super sweet. So I have that there as a little reminder of that nice little moment. Anyway, happy Pride Month! It's Pride Month! I'll see you at the end of Pride Month. Bye-bye. Bye-bye! It is now the end of June. 3 days into July. A little congested right now, we'll get into that. June kind of sucked for me, quite honestly, and I really hate that it did. Because, you know, it's Pride Month. I love Pride Month. I have all my beautiful pride flags that I got during Pride Month. Like, I don't know. I really wanted it to be a good month for that reason, but a lot of shit happened. So, blanket. Here's blanket. June is, the beginning of it is this yellow stripe right here next to the white one. So yeah, we've got a stress day. I think it was just like busy at work. And then this blue stripe. So my confident yarn has taken on a new meaning. I'm also using it for like spiritual moments and days, because I had a very spiritual experience. I was sitting in the parking lot at work eating my burrito, and a large hawk swooped over my car. I was just looking up at it, and I was like, wow. Like, life is really cool and, like, beautiful and stuff. And so, you know, just, like, sitting there, I had, like, a little moment. So, felt like that had to be enshrined in yarn forever. Oh, there's an angry day. This one really pissed me off because we got hate crimed at my job. It was awful. There was a very homophobic guy who came in. He was mad about, you know, the mention of queer people existing in something that we were showing, and he got so mad that he threw his large drink all over the lobby, and I had to mop it up. So that sucked. It's been a really shitty month for that reason. For, like, the Supreme Court keeps taking away freedoms. And, you know, now they're enabling people to discriminate against people like me just for existing, just for, like, you know, coming into their place of business and expecting business. But, you know, I only wore my bi pride skirt once this year, and the whole time I was afraid that I was gonna get hate crimed. Just like that's the country I live in right now, and it just really sucks. It sucks. It's shitty as hell. And I'm mad. I'm so mad. I hate living here, but it's just like, what am I gonna do? Pack up all my stuff and leave? Like, that's just not viable. But it's like, you know, so what? So stay and fight and like hope it gets better and pray that it gets better and pray that the idiots in power don't get elected next time, even though there's a bunch of gerrymandering and corruption and Supreme Court justices being paid off by billionaires with super yacht trips and whatever. Also, the Titanic sub exploded this month, so that's notable. I don't even think it affected any of the colors. But yeah, there's a lot of purple right after that. So that, my mom went to the hospital. She is okay. She is good. She has like a chronic heart condition that needs a fine tune every handful of years. So it was that time, so she had to go back and get some work done. But yeah, she's good now. So that was fine, but it was a very tiring couple of days there. I did not get very much sleep. And then all of these gold, so the first gold one, this is the summer solstice, which is my favorite witchy holiday, and I barely got to celebrate, and I'm so sad. I look forward to it every year, and it came, and I just had the biggest headache, and I don't know why, and I don't usually get headaches, like, I don't get them very often, so I don't even know where it came from, but I was just, like exhausted and in pain, like, basically the whole morning, and then I took a little nap. I made, like, those lemon brownies that are popular on TikTok. I found the girl's recipe, and they were really good. They were very yummy. They lasted for the next, like, 4 or 5 days, and they were very, very yummy. I would highly recommend. It was a very easy recipe. So after that gold one, there's a couple fine days, and then I got sick, and I don't know, because right now we have all of that smoke from the Canadian wildfires, and our air quality has been dookie garbage, so I don't know if that is why, because like the second night that I was congested, I did have like a fever, but that went away, and now it's just like congestion. It's all in my nose. I haven't really had much of a cough. A little bit, like when I was starting to come out of it, but it just like, it won't go away, and I'm so frustrated. What else? No, I think that's it. And then I had a couple happy days at the end. Things got better. I saw The Flash. It was alright. I didn't hate it. But yeah, she's getting real long now. She's like, I can't even get the whole thing into frame. But, I might have to switch recording spots for the next segment to try to get this whole thing. But it is the length where, like, I can, when I crochet it every day, I sit it in my lap and it covers my whole lap. So it's like a lap blanket now. So that's really exciting. From there up is June. But anyway, yeah, happy Pride. I am bisexual. I'm sure that's come up by now. I am doing Camp NaNoWriMo this year, which I do not usually do. I usually just do the one in November, but I'm not, like, writing something, I'm editing something. I tried Camp Nano, like, one time, and it just didn't work for me, but it could be a nice time to edit stuff. So, we'll see. I'll hit you at the end of July, and we'll see if I actually hit my goal. You'll know before I do. Anyway, happy June. Don't hate crime gay people just because they exist. Jesus wouldn't want you to do that, right? Probably not. Maybe just think about it first. Okay, so, blanket update, July. Had my second panic attack of the year. It was because a customer where I work was very rude to me, yelled at me twice. First time I was okay, second time I had a panic attack. Did a little crying in the back room, which was, you know, embarrassing. But my coworkers were all very nice to me. They comforted me. It was fine. And, you know, it was a short one. It only lasted like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, because that's as long as it could last, because I was literally at work still on the clock. So that's great. That was a few days ago. The beginning of July is down here, this yellow stripe, right after I got sick at the end of June. And then other notable things. Lots of tired days, actually. This stressed day followed immediately by that excited day. Can you focus, please? Yes. The brown one and the bright yellow one. That's Barbenheimer. The stressed one is Oppenheimer. I sat there like this the the whole time because my friends and I saw it in IMAX. Thank you, Movie Turtle, for that beautiful experience. And then the day after is Barbie, and I'm still obsessed with it. This is the cup that Connor picked up for me. Love you, Connor. Thank you so much. I drink out of this like every day now. So anyway, yeah, we did Barbie the next day. I've already seen it twice, and I plan to see it like a million more times. Like, it is so good. Like, movie of the year. Hopefully the strike is over by the end of the year when I post this, so I can keep that in and not edit it out. But fine days. Oh, this day I was angry about my work schedule because I only got scheduled like 8 hours that week, and it was really shitty. What is this other one? Just an excited day a few days ago. I think I saw Barbie again that day. I think that was the day I saw Barbie for the second time, and I was just like jazzed about it because I love that movie. That was my July. Wasn't too bad. Wasn't perfect. Had a panic attack. Obviously wasn't perfect, but yeah, I'm seeing Ninja Turtles tonight. I'm like very excited about it. Like very, very excited about it. I'll let you know how that is at some point, I'm sure. But yeah, that's July. That's July. Oh, I did Camp NaNoWriMo this month also, just like in the background. Finished it like super early. That was great. But yeah, still cranking out Operation Olympian final draft. Ow. And hopefully that'll be finished soon. And that one will be a silver stripe because I've been working on that draft for like years. So yes, that was July. Pretty decent month. Aside from that one male Karen at work. Yeah, anyway, don't be a dick. I think this angle is going to be okay. So, welcome to August. It is actually September 2nd. I can tell it's fall because my hands are dry all the time. I'm going to move the camera up just a tiny bit. Anyway, I thought it might be nice to kind of show you the blanket from this angle. So, because it's getting ridiculously big. It is so long. I cannot get the whole thing in frame without like, I don't even think I could get it if I was standing up actually. So this is just gonna have to do. Yeah, August, fairly uneventful month, I will say. It is the first month I was noticing as I was looking at it this morning when I was oh my god, crocheting. There were no stressed days this month. Yay! This is the first one. It's the first month of the year I didn't have a stress day. That's gonna change today's stripe, unless something like a miracle happens at work and it's just like a really awesome time. It's probably gonna be a stress day because like my trash exploded, my dog is sick, I had to call my bank because there was like a fraud charge, like all sorts of stuff. So getting a new card, but yeah, just it's been a fun day. But that's not August, that is September. So yeah, August starts with this tired stripe right after the white one. This is the panic attack at the end of July, and then this all up this way is August. And so as you can see, lots of happy days, lots of fine days, like so many fine days, and then a bunch of tired days. 1, 2, I think that's 2 in a row there. No, maybe it's just the one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tired days. I spent a 6th of this month tired, so that's fun. And then I had 2 inspired days, yeah, where I just like got a bunch of stuff done and I was like really like feeling the creative groove. So that's been really great. One excited day, I guess. I don't remember what that is for, but yeah, I was probably like doing stuff with my friends. That seems to be the pattern with those. But yeah, just, you know, pretty chill month, pretty nice month, I would say. So I did make a list this time of like all of the notable things that happened. Okay, so I watched Heartstopper. So good. I knew it was going to be, and like everything I've heard, I was like, yeah, it's gonna be fine. Like I'm gonna like it. It was way better than I could have imagined. It is so cute, and just like the whole time I was watching it, I'm 23. I was like, I so wish I had this show as a teenager. Like, we had Love, Simon when I was a teenager. That came out when I was like 16, I think. But we didn't have anything like this, you know? We didn't have like just a really sweet, like, rom-com kind of, like just coming of age, like, show about you know, and it's like mainstream, like people, it's popular, people watch it, and it's very cute. Haven't read the graphic novels, but those also look very cute, so I will have to watch those. But yeah, I super relate to Nick, like his whole little journey with his, like, discovering his bisexuality. I was like, that is literally me. Like, this is just me. And when he was watching Pirates of the Caribbean and the scene with Elizabeth and Will, and I was like, this is me, but with Batman and Robin. Specifically with, like, the scene where Poison Ivy and Robin kiss.
Trust. Tell me your plan.
Kiss me and I'll tell you.
Tell me and I'll kiss you.
I was like, and I didn't know which way that went, and the answer was both, but I didn't realize that until I was in high school. Anyway, yeah, he is so me. And then Red, White, and Royal Blue came out. Also loved that. It was a lot better than I was expecting it to be. Not that I didn't like the book, but I didn't finish the book. It's one of the very few that I've DNF'd. And it's just because it's in third person present tense, which I do not love, and I thought that I could get over it, and I just couldn't. And I will do a video. This is coming out in January. I keep forgetting. Anyway, I am planning on doing a video about point of view and tense, just so we can all kind of be on the same page with that. It's not going to be like super in depth, but just like, I feel like I talk about it enough that it's just like people that don't know what that means are going to be like, girl, what are you talking about? So I'm going to make a video so we can all be on the same page when I'm talking about these things. I played a ton of Pokemon Arceus. So what happened was I thought I finished the game. Spoilers, I guess. It's been out for a while by this point. There's like 2 big legendaries that you catch, and then there's credits. And I was like, oh, cool, I finished it. And then I was on TikTok and I saw spoilers for something that has not happened. And I was like, oh, so I guess I didn't finish the game. So I picked it back up and I've been playing, and it's been really fun. Caught a bunch of really cool legendaries. Ooh. Anywho, I really like it. I'm hoping to finish it, but they're teasing like this big fight, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Giratina, and I don't know if I'm ready for that. So I might dilly-dally and, like, you know, go around, mess around, catch some other Pokemon, level my guys up. New Ninja Turtles movie, very good. Really enjoyed it. I've seen it twice. I loved it. I hope it didn't do very well. So I don't know. I'm hoping we're still gonna get that sequel we were promised, but that was August. I would probably give this month like a 7 out of 10. Nothing like super exciting happened, but nothing super bad happened. So I'll take that. But yeah, pretty okay month. There's that blanket again. Starting right there, all the way to the top. So yeah, anyway. I'll see you at the end of September. Bye-bye! Alrighty, it is now the end of September. It is actually October 4th. I did not find the time to film until now. September was a really good month, I think. Why is this pointing over there? Okay. Anyway, I think September was a really good month. I went to the Renaissance Festival twice. I went with my friends. Video link above if I'm not already running out of spaces, and I went with my mom. So that was super fun. I got to do a school visit this month. That was like super awesome. It's been a while since I've done one. But basically it's where you go in like as an author and you talk to like a group of kids about writing books, or like honing in on one area of writing. Usually when I go, it's like an overview of my writing and editing process, and then also like a brief dipping my toes into the publishing process a little bit. There's a lot there, so I can't cover all of that in like a 30-minute block, but I do try to like introduce them to some things that you have to worry about when you're self-publishing. So yeah, that was super fun. Here's the blanket. Where did we leave off? We left off, I believe, somewhere in this fine stripe. the big white one. And so like I said last segment, like there was a stressed day right after. And then I think this is Renaissance Festival the first time. This is the second Renaissance Festival, and then the stripe right after that, that is the one, that's the class visit. So I had a couple of inspired days this week, or this month, like 2 I think. Looks like 2. And then also there are a couple of pink stripes, if you'll remember The pink yarn means flirty. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. But I was feeling it those days, so I put them on. They're in there. But now with a little bit of hindsight, like a week or two of hindsight, I really don't think it's gonna happen. So yeah, lower your expectations. Anyway, had one tired day right at the end, had an angry day. This was once again about scheduling, just like a work thing. Yeah, a couple more tired days, and that's kind of it. But yeah, we are getting closer to National Novel Writing Month. I am a little bit stressed about that, and also like the fact that I'm still working on Operation Olympian edits. I wanted to be done like a long time ago, so I'm kind of juggling those things. I've given up one of the things that I was like reading, and so that gets a little bit off my plate. I feel bad about that too, because like it's just, I was reading it for someone else, and I don't DNF a lot. I don't know. It wasn't hooking me the way I needed it to, and I was 300 pages in, and I had the same problem with Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, where like I wasn't into it until like page 400 out of 517, and like that's kind of a problem. So I don't know. But yeah, it just really was not hooking me the way I needed it to hook me. What else? I watched First Kill this month. I did not love it, which is really sad because I love vampires and I love lesbians, and I really wanted to love it. And then I watched it, and it was one of those where I was like, okay, I kind of understand why this one got canceled. And it's not even like the acting, it's just like the writing is weird, like the plot specifically, very weird. And then also, the effects are bad. The effects are real bad in that show. It's like worse than Disney Channel effects, you know what I mean? And this is like a Netflix budget, so I assumed that we would get, but it looks so rubbery. It's so bad. So I really wanted to like that, but I didn't end up liking it. Oh, Love at First Sight, loved it. I love Ben Hardy. I've loved him since X-Men. I love of my life. Yeah, it was super, super good. He did really great. I'm really hoping, he'll get more rom-coms, because I think he's great in them. He's like the perfect like rom-com boyfriend. So yeah, super great. Obsessed with that movie. Working on my October content. Got a vampire video queued up, and then I am making more vampire videos. I think that's kind of the theme of this October for me. But yeah, that's that. Figuring out my content for the end of the year, figuring out like if I can read more stuff by the end of the year, like that kind of thing. Because I was tentatively planning on doing a video on Ice Planet Barbarians for December, but I don't know, we'll see. Because it's a big book, and I've been in such a reading slump this year, so well, we'll see. But yeah, that was September. It was a pretty decent month, pretty good month, I would say. I had a great time doing a lot of the things that I did this month. So yeah, I will catch you at the end of October. I survived October. It was good, actually. It was just like busy. It was just really busy. So we have the blanket update. It is literally so long. It's gonna be a ridiculous blanket. It's gonna be so so ridiculous. But you know what? That's okay, I guess. That's kind of the whole point. So yeah, it starts. This tired stripe is the last day of September. So yes, and then starting with this happy stripe all the way up until the end. That's all of October. So I did make a list, just like looking at it. This little 6 stripe, this like tan one, that one I had a headache that day, so that was in there. I wasn't like sick, I just had a headache. I have a couple stress days in there. Most of them were work related, I believe, and then there's one angry day, which we will get to, and then there are a couple flirty days in there. I know I said last video that it was not going to work and it probably wasn't going to happen. I still do think that. Notice that these are at the beginning of the month and all of this happened after. So I don't think it's gonna go anywhere, but I did get back on Tinder. So I don't know. Could be more pink days this year. We're not completely out of time. Yeah, and then we have a bunch of excited days, which is very fun. So this is the Great Wolf Lodge trip that my mom and I took, and then this one is when my friends came up to see Five Nights at Freddy's. So that's super, super fun. Yeah, lots of happy days. Had a great Halloween. Had an awesome Halloween. And then also, we have our second milestone of the year. This one is also writing related. So I finished my edit of Operation Olympian, which is hopefully my last edit of it. It's in the hands of my beta readers. They're reading it, and then they're gonna give me some final feedback before I get like an editor to go through it. And I'm excited. Scared, but excited. I would like to have it published early next year, but I don't know. We will see. There was a sad day. I think it was the first time I've used that yarn. Yeah. I didn't really like the texture of it. It was way like floofier than I thought it would be, and I was like, I don't know how structurally sound this yarn is. But it was actually the day I paid off my student loans, which was sad. For reason, I know it sounds weird, like I'm so sad I paid off my student loans, boo-hoo, poor me, but it's because it's like life insurance money from my dad. So the whole day I was thinking about that, instead of woo, debt free, I was thinking about, oh, that's how I got this money, like that kind of thing. So I did make a list. I made like a more thorough list this time. I actually did go through my note cards to see exactly what happened. So we're gonna get into that. October 6th, when was that? This is the stressed day. Right about here, I think it's that one. The toilet exploded. Like, it didn't like explode, but I flushed and then there was water all over the floor. And I had to deal with that as I was leaving for work, so that was very lovely, very fun. I got hooked on the Oregon Trail game, which I did not expect. One of my coworkers was talking about it and he was like, oh, it looks like it's on Switch now. And I was like, oh, and so I looked into it. It's $20. I was like, yeah, okay. So I bought it and I was just so into it for like a good week. And it's very fun. I highly recommend, but I was like, on the trail. Oh no, we hit a bump. Oh no, we have to repair the wagon. And now we're on the trail. And now we're hunting for deer on the trail. Like, oh, I was so into it. What a fun game. And then October 12th, that was the day I finished Operation Olympian, that edit. And then, October 22nd, the bucket fiasco. So this is the angry stripe. I don't even know if you can see it on this side of the blanket, but it's right between the tired stripe and the happy stripes. So I went to see the Eras tour with my mother. Spectacular time. Had a lovely, lovely time. It was incredible. Taylor Swift is an icon. She's a legend. I really do think that future anthropologists will think that she was our god. The theater I went to, they had the buckets. They had small cardboard lined buckets. They had the bigger, they were like medium sized plastic reusable buckets, and then they had the cups. So I got the cup. Perfectly fine. I was like, hey, can I also get the bucket? And the girl ringing us up gave me the small bucket, and I was like, oh no, I wanted the big one, the plastic one. She was like, oh, we don't have any more of those. And I looked on the counter and I saw them with my eyeballs. Saw them. And I was like, oh, and I didn't say anything about that, but I did see them, and I did see them being sold to other customers, and I was like, okay. And I was like, oh, well, is the other one reusable? And she was like, well, it's thicker than our other buckets. And I was like, is it cardboard? And she was like, oh yeah. And I was like, okay, then I don't want that one. But she had already rung us up, and I don't think they're doing refunds on those. She didn't say that, but I'm pretty sure she just didn't want to get in trouble. I have some experience working at a theater. I know what happens when you make a mistake. Usually you get a manager, they have to fix the mistake. And if they can't do returns, and she rang us up already and ran the card, I'm thinking that she was probably going to get in trouble for selling the wrong bucket, so she just didn't want to try to fix that at all. So I was just like, oh, okay. So I got that bucket, and then I kept seeing people coming in with Taylor Swift buckets that I assume they had bought right after I tried to buy mine. And so I was like, okay. So I was like, if they show normal trailers, I will go out and I will try to buy another one during the trailers. So they did. The normal trailers came on. I was like, oh my god. So I went out to the lobby and I got in line. It was a short line. I got a different employee and I was like, hi, can I just get the big Taylor Swift bucket? And he was like, it's like a medium if that's okay. And I was like, yeah, I just want the plastic one, like the black plastic one. And he was like, yeah, okay. So I got they were not out of them. She literally just lied because she made a mistake. And I was like, I'm very mad about it actually, which is ridiculous. It's not like a big deal. But in the moment, you know, they're kind of expensive for like popcorn. You know, it's a good deal because it's like reusable. But for popcorn alone, like $13 on a bucket you can't even really reuse. Like, that's a waste of money. Like, I'm sorry. October 24th, we went to the pumpkin farm. I'll put a picture of the pumpkin I carved here. His name is Stuart. I love him very much. He's out on the porch right now. Probably will not last very much longer. Then, yeah, my friends came to town to watch FNAF. I thought it was good. I do not play the games. I'm not a horror girly. But I thought it was good. I really loved the animatronics. I thought the plot was a little weird. October 29th, I got into this game called Dave the Diver. So cute. So cute. So you play as Dave. He's a diver. He dives and he catches fish and then he helps run a sushi restaurant by nighttime. So you sell all the fish that you caught during the day. And it is so cute. So cute. I love it so much. And then, yeah, Halloween happened. I was at work most of the day. I wore this cute alien waitress costume, which is actually from a show called Roswell, which aired in 1999 to 2003. 1999 is the year I was born, so that's super fun. In terms of what I watched this month, totally killer. Very, very good. Loved it. I think it's on Prime. I also watched these are not movies, these are stage musicals by StarKid, but I watched the Hatchetfield trilogy for the first time ever. I had never seen them. I see the memes all over like TikTok and Tumblr and stuff, and so I knew about like Paul and Emma, and like that was kind of all I knew. But I watched The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, Black Friday, and their newest one, Nerdy Prudes Must Die, which just came out on YouTube. Their pro shoot just came out, so go watch those. And then of course I watched the Eras Tour. I've been watching Loki season 2, which is really good so far. And then Five Nights at Freddy's. And one of the things I forgot to mention in the September video, I watched One Piece live action. So good. Like, so good. But yeah, so that was my month of October. I would say it was a pretty good month. You know, I had a couple stress days, but yeah, I had a few, and it was fine. I forgot to say, and I will see you at the end of November. So I will. I'll see you at the end of November. So it's December now. We are at the November wrap-up portion of the video. So gonna break down November. Thought it would be nice to have this here. 'Tis the season and all that. I'm wrapping up some Christmas presents today. I'm really feeling it. I'm in the mood. I forgot to turn my phone off again. Jesus. Blanket very long. Very long. I'm standing. I've never been standing for a portion of this video. Anyway, here's my blankie. I believe November starts in this yellow stripe. One of these is the last stripes. So everything after that is November. You guys know the drill by now. So, what happened? We had a couple of inspired days. More angry days than I think I've had in any other month. Editing Morgan will fact check that. And she's also making charts. So I'm like starting to edit this video now finally because, you know, I'm a procrastinator. I should have been like kind of putting it together from the beginning, but you know, I figured I would have the full picture if I waited, so I waited. But anyway, she's making pie charts, so we'll see which month is the angriest. I think it is this one. So we have this patch of angry, that's 2 days, that one and that one. This was a work thing. This was also a work thing. This I can't talk about. So that's where we're at. This big excited stripe is Motor City Comic Con. I'm wearing the shirt. I have 2 videos up on that, so you should go check those out. One is about Nosferatu, which I saw that Saturday night, the one right in the middle, and then the other is the cosplays that I did that weekend, so you should go check those out. And then this other little excited stripe next to the stressed one, That is Hunger Games, the new Hunger Games. I went to see it with Movie Turtle and Phil with 1L. So that was super fun. Yeah, a couple tired days. So this is the pattern I'm noticing. Anytime I have like a big excited stripe, I'm usually very wiped out afterwards, and I don't think that's the case with this one. This is last month. That was Five Nights at Freddy's weekend. But yeah, just wiped out, just tired for a while after that. And then this one I think is, we got a new system at work and it was stressful figuring that out. But yeah, pretty standard month aside from the angry days. I did make a list once again of all of the relevant things that have occurred. So watched live action One Piece again, this time with my mother. She loved it unexpectedly. I didn't know how she would take it because like I don't really watch anime that much, and therefore I haven't watched very much anime like around her, and so I didn't know like how she would react to it because it's not like the anime, it is the live action version. So it's a little more like mainstream-ish, but it does still have those like wacky qualities that the anime has, so I didn't know like how she would react to that. But she loved it. She loves Luffy. She was so excited like during the parade when they had the Luffy balloon. R.I.P. his hat. Very sad. Can't believe that happened to him. Yeah, she was so excited to see him. And then we went to Five Below like a few days ago and they had the little One Piece figures and I had to dig out a Luffy for her and she was like, oh my god, Luffy. So yeah, she's into it. I don't know. Unexpected. Love that for her. I got ghosted on Tinder. I like set up a date with a guy. And I was really excited about it, and then he got COVID, which is, you know, unavoidable, I would say, depending on, you know, the circumstances, but like, you know, he got COVID, I'm not mad about that, and then he ghosted me after, so like, if you're still alive, I hope you're feeling better. I was looking forward to that date, but, you know, I get it, it's fine. There was, yeah, the work kerfuffle that I mentioned, that I will not get into further. I read the first book of Ice Planet Barbarians. There may or may not be a video up on that. I was planning on doing one for December, but we will see. The haircut happened. So actually, I was gonna let it grow out until the end of the year because I was watching back all the footage from the beginning of the year and I liked watching my hair get longer in every segment, so it must be jarring to go from long hair October to like this now. But I like it. It's nice. It's easier to take care of, and it was all dead at the ends because it was blonde and bleached and whatnot. Finished NaNoWriMo, so that was this month as well. I've done a video on that as well. I just scheduled it yesterday. So here's my certificate. I done it again. This is my 9th year of doing National Novel Writing Month. And I have a fun time with it every single year. I had a fun time with it this year, so that went pretty well for me. It was a little grindy at points. I get into that in the video, but, you know, overall went pretty okay. Finished it, so that was nice. And then, finally, yesterday, the last day of November, I started working on my Christmas presents. This one's for you, Connor. I was literally crocheting this in a Discord call with him, so this is, hopefully it will be a turtle when I'm done with it because he's the movie turtle. I don't know, the eyes are really tiny. I think it'll look better once he's like stuffed. Like, look at that. But yeah, and I'm gonna make a little shell for his back and he's gonna be like kind of Squirtle colored, I guess, because Connor's logo is like kind of close to this color, so that was what I was shooting for. But yeah, I'm planning on crocheting presents for my friends this year because I haven't yet crocheted anything for them except Taylor has this little Baby Yoda that I crocheted, that she still has, which is very sweet. But yeah, I thought, you know, tis the time. So yeah, this is for Connor. And he is actually coming over tomorrow, so I have to kick into overdrive and like finish this thing today. But I got all of this done last night, so I'm pretty confident I can. It's just like the body and then arm, leg, shell, which none of those things will take very long, but there's just like 4 of them. So it might take the rest of the night, but it sounds like he's not coming up until tomorrow evening, so I do have some crunch time to like finish it before he gets here. So yeah, he's coming up to build my gaming computer, so exciting. But yeah, I have, you know, this is his real present, and then I have a fake present for him as well, which is Frankie Stein. I thought it would be really funny to have him unbox a doll on my channel because he's not a Monster High girly, but he, you know, did reactions to the movies on his channel. I thought it would be nice for him to have one, and he had a dream about Frankie once, so it felt fitting. It felt very fitting for him to have them. So, but yeah, that was my November, and I will see you in the new year. God, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'll stop. See you next year, I guess. Oh my god. The end of December, it's the end of the year. It is 2024, January 1st. Barely. It is, well, it's almost 1 in the morning. And I thought maybe perhaps we could do the last stripe together as I recap December. So the last stripe is going to be yellow, because I had a pretty decent day today. You know, I got some wine, I got some Lego sets, played some Animal Crossing. I missed the New Year's Eve countdown, which I am kind of upset about, but, you know, I could time travel if I really care that much about it. So we're gonna hope I did not just tangle the working yarn. And then what I do is I have my working loops. I put the hook through, take the stitch marker out, and then just kind of feed the new color through the loops. And then I trim the old color. And then I tie them together. And then as I'm going, I just kind of work both colors into the working yarn. So, yeah, yesterday was a stressed day because there was a mishap at work, but it's fine. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a half double crochet like I've been doing for all of the ends of the month, and this is an end of the month and also an end of the blanket. And I didn't really do anything special for the first stripe, so I have like nothing to mirror with the second stripe, but yeah, so half double crochet, if I can remember how to do it. You do an extra loop, and then this one's weird because I have to put the new yarn in, and then you go through, you pull one, so you have 3 loops, and then you pull through all 3 loops. Welcome to my crochet tutorial. I've never crocheted on camera before, so actually no, that's not true. I crochet on Connor's channel a lot. I'd say link above, but I ran out of slots a long time ago. I've been editing this video these last couple of days, and this is the last clip I'm waiting on, so then I can do October, November, and December, because I'm doing them in chunks of 3 months, just to, you know, simplify it a little bit, and not have all of that in one big long video file, just because I'm still editing on my laptop at the moment, and it is a whole process with that. So December was quite the mixed bag. So I had, you know, Christmas, and that went very, very well. Had a great Christmas, had an awesome Christmas Eve. Both of those things were very nice. My birthday is also in December. My birthday was December 12th, and that was fine, except I got COVID shortly before my birthday, like the week before my birthday. And so I spent a good chunk of this month in this sick stripe here. So that was just, you know, what a blast that was. But, you know, while we were sick, my mom and I watched all of Harry Potter. So that was fun. She's never seen them before. I have seen all of them, but not in like a very long time because I don't like J.K. Rowling very much, but that should not be a surprise to anyone who knows anything about me. So I'm thinking I did maybe tangle this a little bit. Had a bunch of tired days. I've been really tired since COVID. That's the other thing, is like it just really like wiped me out. Very not fun. I'm not enjoying that. I'm just like tired all the time now, which is not great. But I'm hoping to come out of that soon. The first time we had it, I had like a really wicked cough, and I don't have that this time, so that has been nice. But last time it lasted like 3 months after we were sick, and it just really was not a good time. Oh, I finally started playing Animal Crossing. That was the other thing. While I was in quarantine for that handful of days, I started an island on Animal Crossing. I started playing for the first time ever. I really, really like it. I'm really having a great time. I have a bunch of villagers I like. I have like one that I don't like as much. His name is Tex, and he's like fine. He's just really like vain. And he's a penguin and he's like an actor. But I really like Cherry and Genji. They're my first two. And I really like them a lot. I really like Rolf. He's like growing on me. I didn't like him when he showed up, but I like him now. So that's been great. I also got into Lego Fortnite, which is shocking because I am not a Fortnite girly. But I am now, I guess. So that's been fun. I have a bunch of skins. And I blame it on the Ninja Turtles because, you know, they came out. And obviously I had to get all 4 of them because I am a Ninja Turtles girly. And I didn't get April because I don't really like her design that much. But yeah, I got the turtles and I got... Oh, this girl, she looks like me. Her name is Hayes. And I think she kind of looks like me. And I like having pink hair, so... yeah, so let's break down the blanket before I get any further. So I'm doing, you know, this last happy stripe. Like I said, a bunch of tired sprinkled in after the COVID. This excited stripe here is my birthday. So this was like right when I was coming out of it. So the 6th stripe is this stuff, and then there's a couple days of fine where I was just like feeling okay, but I was still, you know, in quarantine until like here-ish, I think. And then I had, right after my birthday, there was a stress day and an angry day. Can't get into it like at all, that are together right here. These 2 excited stripes, that is Christmas and Christmas Eve. And then yeah, I've been pretty tired since Christmas came to town. There's one sad stripe in there, and it's the last sad stripe of the year. It's the 2nd one, which is good, I would say, only having 2 of those. And it's because my dog was not feeling well, and you know, she's getting up there. I'm just kind of worried about her, so little down about that, but pretty decent month aside from the week and a half of sickness, I would say. And you know, I had to celebrate my birthday in quarantine. The original plan was to go down to Dave & Buster's and I was gonna do like a birthday vlog and it was gonna be very fun. And then, you know, I got sick and so I pivoted the plan and it actually ended up like working out really well. So I had a Roblox birthday party and just invited a bunch of my friends from near and far, and they all came, and, you know, we got to play online together over Discord, and it was just really fun, like, getting to play with people that I don't get to play with very often, getting to, you know, just hang out with all of them at once without them having to drive a super far way, and, like, even if I did have an in-person birthday party, I know some of them that were there would not have been able to make it. So it was really nice to get to spend that with them, even if it was virtually. Alright, we're getting to the last 3. And that's it. This is the last one. And I'm gonna pull through all 3 loops. Oh god, okay. Crazy. Yeah, I cannot believe I finished it. So,
yay!
This is the labor of my love. my work of the past year of my life. So I'm going to put the stitch marker in. I'm going to finish it off tomorrow and stitch in the end and start the process of putting liquid stitch on all of these little knots just to make sure that everything holds super well. I might get like a, what's it called? Like a felting needle to just really get the ends in there. Because some of them are sticking out over time. They've started like sticking out from where I tucked them in. And so I just want to make sure it's all like sealed properly, but I'm not going to start that tonight. That would be crazy. I just wanted to get it like like done, which is a crazy thing to say. So yeah, let me roll this up and then we're gonna get into the year in review. What have we learned over the past year? I don't like the gradient yarns that I was using. It's hard to tell which emotion is which. So if I do something like this again, I will not be using yarns that change color. It will all be solid color. They will all be the same texture because I have some that are like shiny yarns and some that are matte yarns. And so when you put those together, it doesn't look as nice. These are things I've learned. Yes, so I broke down all the numbers. I've made one final pie chart. So this is what my year looked like. This is the whole thing. As you can see, majority happy, fine. Pretty big chunk of excited, pretty big chunk of tired. And then like a pretty smallish chunk of angry, which is good. Tiny slivers of sad. And I did put like the milestone and the other stuff in there, but they don't really like, you know, factor into the big picture. I had 2 panic attacks. I had 2 milestones, like I said. The panic attacks were March and July. The milestones were April and October. Both of the milestones were writing related, which is good. Very nice. No big like life developments, but I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that. So that's fine. I went to 3 Comic-Cons, one in March, one in May, one in November, and then I have another one coming up in March very soon. So that'll be fun. I have to order books for that because it's January now, so I have to do that like this week. I got sick twice. The first time was in June. That was the Canada wildfire smoke situation. And then once this month with COVID, and there were a couple sprinkled in, but they were just like headaches, I threw up, etc. Like that kind of stuff. It wasn't like a sickness. It was just like an instance of feeling bad. So, and then the top stats. So the happiest month was May, and I'll put the numbers on the screen. I don't have them memorized. The angriest month was November, which I think is really interesting. The most excited month was May. Makes a lot of sense. That was Motor City Comic Con month. That was when I met Will Poulter. Very good month all around. The month that was the most fine was August, and this one is crazy because it's like 50% like days where I just felt okay. And that was also the month that I had no stress days, no panic attacks. I don't think there are any angry days in there either. Like it was really just like a chill, nice month. So that's excellent. Good job, August. So I made a tier list of the months. Here it is. Top month, May. I think November is also up there. And, you know, the other stuff that you can see that I cannot see because I don't have my laptop with me, and I might move the months around too between now and the time I post this video. And then I put together some top 3s. So top 3 shows I watched this year. Number 1 was One Piece, the live action show. Loved it. I watched it twice. I watched it on my own and then I watched it with my mom, and she really liked it too. So had a great time with that. Loved it a lot more than I was expecting to. Number 2 is Heartstopper. I talked about it earlier in the video. I love Heartstopper like so much. Very, very sweet, wholesome show. I cannot wait for season 3. And then I also started watching Outlander. So that was super fun. I only got to season 4 and I really only like the first 3 seasons so far, but we'll see, like maybe it gets better. I do want to stick it out because I like it a lot, but it's just not, I don't know. I really liked the first, especially the first 2 seasons. And after that it's just kind of fizzled out for me, but we'll see. Top games I played, top 3. Number 1, Animal Crossing. I know I just started it, definitely part of the hyperfixation talking, but I loved it. I loved it so much. I had a great time. Number 2 is Pokemon Arceus. It really is one of my favorite Pokemon games, like of all time. I'm a Diamond girly. I love Brilliant Diamond. I love Diamond for the DS. But I love Pokemon Arceus, and I love how like open world it is, how different it is, like all of that. I haven't played Violet yet. I'm looking forward to that a lot as well. But I really like Pokemon Arceus, so that's my number 2 game this year. And my number 3 is Dave the Diver. It's very fun, not what I expected. I'm still not very far into it. I know it gets like a lot different, like as you continue there's more like mini games and stuff like that, and right now I'm at the part where it's literally just like the fishing and the restaurant. So I can't wait to get further along into the game. And I haven't played it in a while, but I really do like it a lot. Top 3 songs. Number 1 is I Can See You by Taylor Swift. Had it in my head like forever. I really, really like that song. I love the vibes of it. I am learning that I am a Speak Now girly, so even though I'm dressed like a Midnight's girly, I really, really like Speak Now. And that was my favorite song on the re-released album. Number 2 is Lil Boo Thang by Paul Russell. That one is an absolute bop. It took over TikTok the entire summer, and then he finally released it in like August or September. So good. It's so good. What a bop. Number 3 is Dance the Night by Dua Lipa from my favorite movie of the year, which is Barbie. So top 3 movies, which you can see on Movie Turtles channel. I will link it below because I definitely don't have any more slots up there. The link is up there. It's late. So my top 3 are Barbie, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Loved all 3 of them. Barbie takes the cake for me. Just really such a good movie. Yeah, those are my top 3s. And, you know, that was my year. That was my whole year. You've been sitting here for a year of my life, like, watching this video. I had a really great time, like, editing the portions of this video that I've edited so far, and I think it really is just such a neat thing to have, like, on the channel and to have in general. Just this really cool, like, time capsule of things, and I'm gonna be able to look back next year and like years from now and just see like kind of where things started that I don't know where they're gonna end up, like writing projects that I'm starting now that, you know, a few years from now might be real books, might be like published, you know, or friendships that are starting now that maybe I'll still be friends with like in a few years. I think that'll be really, really interesting and really neat to look back on. I am thinking about doing another video like this for next year. I don't know if it's gonna happen or not. I am thinking about doing a scarf instead of a blanket because of 2 things. 1, Movie Turtle thought I was making a scarf, and I was like, oh, that's kind of a good idea. And 2, when I was in high school, I started knitting not crocheting, knitting the 4th Doctor's scarf from Doctor Who. And I have it still in my room, so I have experience with very long scarves. This blanket is like 8 feet or something. I'll measure it, actually. You know what? I'll measure it. I'll give you the measurements when that's done too. But I have experience with very long scarves. Like, how difficult could it be? And that would be a lot easier and a lot less time consuming than the blanket I did. And it would take up a lot less yarn. I also, like, in terms of lessons I learned with this blanket, I would have bought way more Fine and Happy yarn because I used up like 3 or 4 skeins of each. I think I used like 2 skeins of stressed yarn and 2 skeins of like excited yarn, and maybe 2 skeins of tired yarn as well. Everything else was like 1 skein or less, so I have all of that like left over still. I don't know how I'm gonna rehome that and like reuse that yarn. Maybe I'll use it for the scarf. I think I will be changing up the color scheme though, and I'll be changing the colors that I'm using and the types of yarn that I'm using. So yeah, this, you know, has been 2023. What a year, man. You know, nothing, my mom and I were just talking about this, nothing like seriously bad happened, knock on wood. Like nothing super horrible happened this year. Overall, you know, pretty good year. So I'm hoping for another good one. We'll do resolutions now. So I made a list of 12 last year. I don't think I did half of them. I'll maybe put those on the screen, maybe I won't. But I made 12 resolutions, and I did a few of them. I did a handful of them. My resolutions are to publish another book. I don't know, it would be really nice to hit like 500 subs by the end of next year. I guess we'll see. I'm already at like almost 150, so that could be very attainable, especially if I keep on a steady uploading schedule, but we will see. So yeah, those are my resolutions, I guess. Oh, I'd like to make a new cosplay too. I think that would be great. Make a new cosplay. Yeah. Yeah. I really do think that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely rest of your day. Have a lovely rest of your year. Thank you for spending the last year with me. I hope you have a great one. As always, take your meds, drink your water, and I'll see you next week.